Today we're going to talk about reinforcing training, and this is primarily for sales leaders, so given their short attention span, we're going to keep it short. Hope you enjoy it. So here's the question I have for you. Does this look familiar where with any training, if you look at enthusiasm or energy or use of the concepts in the training versus time, the curve looks something like this. Where this, maybe at the end of a 2-day training, everybody's like, this is the greatest thing, really learned a lot here and genuinely excited. And 6 months later, out here, we're back to business as usual. And of course, when I ask this, everybody says, yeah, I've seen that movie. And so I always ask, why do you think that happens? And you'll hear things like, old habits die hard. There's really no time for this. I'd like to go back and refresh on that, but right now, the crush of day-to-day or certain urgencies that come up just preclude really getting back into it, and so this decays. And one is no reinforcement, and that's the one I want to talk about today. So one of the things that used to come up a lot when I was doing training early in the year, January, February, sales kickoff meetings, and they would often, since everybody was being brought together, sort of pre-COVID days, everybody be brought in, and in addition to whatever other activities they had during the SKO, they would add a day or two of training. And often that session would start with the sales leader, the VP of sales, the CSO, whatever, coming in and saying, really excited to have these guys in today. Happy to be investing in your professional development. It's the start of a new year. Want to talk about sales process, customer sat, going the extra mile. And so I'm really going to invite you to lean in on the next couple of days and get everything you can, be full participants, ask questions, and so on. Great. And then half the time that same individual would turn on his or her heel and leave the room, which sent another message. But at least half the time that person would sit down and him or herself be a full participant for the 2 days, which was great. Okay. So that was in January or February. Now it's November and we're 20% behind plan. And that same individual who gave that talk now puts out a broadcast voicemail that says something like, we're 20% behind plan and we need to make up this gap before year's end. And here's my message to you. Make it happen. And I've asked sales leaders, have you ever seen that movie? And once I'd seen it, I starred in it. I had another sales enablement person say, literally, were you on our call? Did you sit in on that call like last week? Because that's exactly what was said. And, everybody, not only have they seen this movie, but many people have seen, this Make It Happen movie as well. And here's the thing that I want to convey is there's a message that's being given there that every time I've brought it up with sales leaders, it's kind of an aha, so I'll bring it up with you now. And that is here early in the year when we're just getting rolling on the year, sales process, customer sat, going the extra mile with customer experience and so on. Great. Okay, now late in the year, down to, when it really counts, in golf, what you would say is down to the short strokes. And now the message is make it happen there's another message being given at the same time. And that is, clearly this stuff does not make it happen, or I'd be doubling down on that. Okay? So when you say all these good things at early beginning of the year and then say make it happen at the end of the year, what you're also saying is forget about this stuff. Clearly, it doesn't make it happen. So if you don't believe in sales process, customer sat, going the extra mile, save your money, save their time, and don't even give the talk or give the class. But if you do believe in those things, and I submit that there's plenty of data that supports why you should, then not only in January, February, but in March and April and May, talk about sales process, reinforce it, ask the questions, use the vocabulary, use the forms, integrate it into your CRM. June, July, August, so that when you get to November, hopefully, number one, you won't be 20% behind plan. But even if you are, you're still reinforcing the message, this matters, and I believe in it, and we are going to do it together. I hope that's useful.